All right, back at it with another Horsemen Academy. And this one is special. Not only did they, and I'm going to say they did this because of the interview today. Not only did they come from the Super Bowl to show up for us today, also, you know, it's a soror and a fraternity brother that I'm happy to have in the building. But y'all know this is LP with Poor Horsemen and the Horsemen Academy. And I got two special guests to introduce yourself. And we definitely going to go ladies first. Amber, please introduce yourself to the audience.
Yes. Well, thank you for having us, number one. My name is Amber Newman. I'm the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club. And so I'm excited to be here and just to have a conversation with you today.
So, Brother LaMarcus, please introduce yourself to the audience.
Oh, man. LaMarcus Newman, originally from Houston, Texas, H-Town, representing former professional football player, worked for the government, one of the youngest African-American to be a GS-13, program manager with My Brother's Keeper, supported by President Obama Foundation, also promotional manager, Civic Corp, man, and just a mentor, individual out there getting it in the city, trying to change lives, man.
So y'all the real power couple then. You know, that's what I'm hearing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, this is who we've been needing to know for a while on this. So no, I'm grateful that both of y'all were willing to give us some time today. So I want to start with just some backstory. Are you originally from Houston also?
So I was born in Louisiana,
Okay.
and my parents got divorced, so my mom moved here, you know, in about, I think it's about 88 or 89.
Okay.
And so so I was raised here in Houston.
Whereabouts in Louisiana?
Born in Lake Charles.
Okay, Lake Charles. So my people from Opelousas.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
yeah,
where my
so
mom was
Opelousas.
from.
Okay, yeah. So
his dad is from
My dad from Opelousas.
My brother still lives in Opelousas to this day, and my parents are in Lafayette.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's a small world.
Yeah.
I ride that 49 all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm on Interstate 49 all the
10
time.
to 49. My mom is actually from Loyalty.
Loyalty.
Okay, man,
Yes,
that's a
it is.
small world.
Yes, it
we could be related. All
Yeah,
I
for real,
all
that's
I
for
know.
real.
So, all right, and brother, you said from Houston originally, right?
Look, I'm originally from H-Town.
Whereabouts?
man.
What side of town?
I'm Hiram Clark.
Okay. So what high school you go
man.
to then? What high school you go to?
So I went to Madison, then I transferred to Worthing my junior year.
Okay, so you didn't start at Worthing? Or
Nah, I didn't start off at Worthing, man.
Okay.
I went through the whole entire Hiram Clark system.
yeah.
So I was at Marblin Hall.
Yep.
I was at Hobby Elementary.
Yep.
Dowling Middle School, now Lawson Middle School. Then I went to Madison, then transferred to Worthing.
Okay. So did you go to high school in Houston then also?
Oh yeah, I went to elementary and middle school and high school.
Okay, so what side of town then? What side of town?
So we started off in the A-Leaf area. So I went to
Okay.
Boone Elementary first.
Okay.
And then in middle school I went to school in Fifth Ward. I went to Fleming Middle School.
Okay.
Same middle school as Debbie Allen. So,
Okay.
and then in high school I went to Worthing High School.
Okay, so did y'all know each other in high school?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we knew
of
each
course.
other.
Y'all knew each other in high school.
Yeah.
So when did this when the love connection started, or
No.
because we got to get into that
Yeah.
backstory too now.
Yeah.
Nah, I
Yeah.
don't think so, but I think that she knew what she wanted. She used to park her car by me. She used to park her car by me all the time,
I
man.
got that
Every
here.
morning she parked her car by me. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, we were both arriving late at the same time. So, you know, parking. we
Man,
could
I park at the teacher park a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. So
And
you was
then
delinquent and parking in the teacher parking lot?
Yeah, 'cause they used to lock the student parking lot.
They would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had to kind of park in the teacher parking lot if you were late. And so, you know,
Okay.
but yeah, I used to park by him, but it wasn't on purpose. It was just we was arriving at the
Now
same
he
time.
said it was on purpose. Now
Oh,
what's
no.
the real story? We
I
need to know. Come on.
This has been a controversy for years. We didn't actually we didn't start dating until our sophomore year in college, though.
Okay. So college again. Where'd y'all attend?
So I went to Dillard University.
Dillard. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I went to Lackawanna Junior College in
Okay.
Pennsylvania, Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
The same city that Biden is from, and also
Hillary
Hillary Clinton.
Clinton,
Yes,
yeah.
it did.
Man, that is
One
crazy.
of the oldest city in the United States.
Yeah,
Yes, it
they-
did.
yeah.
Okay. So from that, y'all developed your relationship. Obviously, you on the track now to be an athlete.
Correct.
You know, any athletic for you also, or was it all academic?
No, so I wasn't athletic per se, but I was a dancer in the band, so
Okay.
I did participate in some, after school activities to
Yeah,
keep me
yeah.
out of trouble. So
That's what I wish these kids would do that now.
Yes, indeed.
Now they just get on social media,
Yeah.
Roblox.
Yeah.
I'm talking to my daughter now.
yeah,
You ain't getting no more Robux out of me. I don't know if
Yeah.
y'all
For real,
got that
man.
issue, but it is
Yeah.
crazy.
yeah. When
Correct.
our son was younger, he was a Roblox, but now he's in high school, so he doesn't play Roblox. Now it's more so Madden and
Oh, he's spending y'all PS5 money. That's what it is. He's spending the real money now. Yeah.
But
Okay.
he's an athlete though.
Yeah,
he
he's
plays
an athlete.
football and run
And
track,
runs
and my
track.
daughter run track too as well.
Okay.
Yes, it did.
So for you started down the path of, when did you see, hey, I might have a chance to make it in this football thing?
I'm gonna be honest. Like I always felt like I had a chance.
Okay.
And the reason why is because, the grind that it takes to be a professional athlete. I think I already had the athletic ability. The only thing that I had to learn was more so of the business aspect of it. And a lot of times, like, guys go in and think it's all about X's and O's, and it's all about your athletic ability. Speaking, I had one of my mentors, Gene Upshaw, would tell you that it's 20% athletic ability, 30% is basically discipline, and the 50% is basically mental. You know what I'm saying? So if you be able to capitalize on that, then after that, you'll make it.
So you're saying that the formula for an athlete to be successful isn't just how well they perform.
Nah.
It's more than that. And a part of your mentorship, you kind of alluded to that some, is you're letting them know that it's not just your athletic ability that's going to get you by.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
And see, that's interesting, because when you see the guys on the field, Super Bowl just ended, we're looking at them doing incredible feats.
Correct.
We're not thinking about what's happening up here, or maybe the support system that they have back at home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're not even considering that.
Correct.
And maybe to pivot to you some, being a CEO of the Boys and Girls Club, that support system is really important.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's what you kind of are working with and dealing with on a daily basis. How do you incorporate maybe supporting some of the mentorship stuff also as it relates to that as well?
Yeah, so, I've been with the Boys and Girls Club for 7 years, but been in nonprofit over 20 years.
Okay.
And so, for me, with the kids, it's important because you kind of look at what they don't have, maybe, like, in a sense, in the community or at home.
Yeah.
And then you try to, like, give them that, whatever they're kind of missing.
Okay.
And so one of the things is, like, when I came to the Boys and Girls Club, like when I first got the job, we sat down and I asked our forever mayor Turner.
Yeah.
We met with him and I told him, hey, Mayor Turner, I'm in this role. I'm not asking for any money, but what I'm asking for is like resources for my kids, because a lot of things come to like the Houston area or Harris County, and then in Brazoria County, there's not a lot that trickles down that way.
I would agree.
And so he really did help me kind of, plug me in with some people. And so, every year, like, we have great partnerships with the Major League Baseball, MLB. We have great partnerships with the NFL. And so our kids get opportunities they otherwise wouldn't have. I remember when the Super Bowl was in Houston, they actually, the NFL youth, which I used to work for when I was in college, they actually had it at TSU. And so they invited our kids. And so we brought, thanks to TDCU, the credit union, they gave us money for our kids to ride the bus from our areas and brought them there. And so it was like a experience that our kids just was so grateful for. And so they got to participate with the players and see the people that they normally would see on TV. And so for them, that was a big deal. And so we had some parents, the parents couldn't ride the bus, but they were it was like a tailgate, like they were
I could imagine. Yeah, come on now. Yeah.
Cars. And so the parents were more excited too, like than the kids, because it was like they were kids themselves.
They probably never had that opportunity
exactly
themselves.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because if people think about that, everyone's going to these NFL games or MLB games. No, it is not.
No.
So there are people who live in those communities that have never been in those stadiums.
Never been in the stadium. Right.
Never been in those arenas.
For whatever reason, maybe they can't afford the ticket or just never thought they could. And so the kids, our kids, they, go every year. So that's opens phenomenal. Their eyes to see, like, you know what? I have this opportunity. And now, and for us, what we do is we incorporate like family engagement. So we even invite the parents to come. So like they can be a part of it. Because some of the parents had never been to it.
Yeah, you would be shocked, man. The amount of parents that will say that they always want to go to a baseball game or go to a football game and they never went. And these parents, a lot of these parents in their 60s and 70 years old, so this is their first time ever going to a professional sporting event.
And a lot of us take for granted
the
the access that we get.
Yeah.
Correct.
And not realizing that people who look just like us,
Correct.
that have worked just as hard as us,
Yep.
that are trying to make a way for their family, don't get those same opportunities.
Exactly.
And that definitely happens. And I know probably a part of your mentorship is that.
Correct.
So what are some of the things that you do to make sure that the youth that you work and support can see that there's something outside of what they see every day, maybe at home or at school or in their environment?
Man, one of the things I could say is about their experience and their exposure, man.
Yeah.
Being able to take these young men and being able to show them something that they'll never, ever have an opportunity to see. So you want to try to get them around like professional athletes, around celebrities, and then they see like the way the celebrities act, the way they roll, and then after that they look at them and like, man, I could do this too.
Yeah.
You know, so we did an event a couple of years ago with the rapper Gunna.
Okay.
No Gunna, he went through a lot of different things,
Yeah.
but at the same time, what I can say about this young brother is him, Wale, and this whole little crew is they set up a food pantry inside their high schools, and then also they did a big, huge food giveaway in Sunnyside.
Wow.
So man, we was
And
able.
coat and food.
Yeah,
Wow.
clothing and food, and man, when I say the line was lined up all the way to Hobby Airport, it was
Wow.
lined up
Yeah.
to Hobby Airport. People was in line, and just watching these young men being able to watch these people that they idolize, they see on Instagram, they see rapping, but at the same time they giving back to the hood. Man, it's a blessing. So I think it's more so about that experience and that exposure, and they seeing how they roll. They seeing, oh, these guys very professional. When it's time to give back, and then 9 times out of 10, the kids will change their lives.
And what's crazy hearing you say that is we never hear any of that in the media.
Exactly. Exactly.
Why do we only? That's odd
Correct.
because with Gunna specifically, all we heard is the negative things that have been happening over the last 36 months.
Correct. Exactly.
Would have never known that the positive impact he's having for a community could have been taken away over all of these legal things.
Correct, exactly. I can mention a couple of guys, Brick Baby. You know how he's looked at on the West Coast. We work with Wale, Lil Baby on a 1,000 coat giveaway with his nonprofit organization, Lil Flip, Trader True, a lot of local artists too as well. So Cliche. So a lot of Lil Kiki, we did an event with him. So a lot of artists, you know, they starting to more so have their nonprofit, they started giving back to the community. And we just in a blessing, in a position to be able to work with these guys on giving back to the community.
Yeah, because you all have the expertise, you know, just hearing you talk today, knowing we're going to get into some of the multiple businesses that y'all operate that you do. But you all not only have the expertise, in hearing you talk today, you all have the passion.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people miss. They don't understand that not only can you do the work, you need to want to do the work.
Yeah.
Correct.
You need to want to be able to fill in the gap. You need to want to show up maybe when you're tired.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
When you got off a plane and you still have to be somewhere, especially in your role, because you're a front-facing role too. So I could only imagine that you got to be on at all times. How do you deal with that?
I'm gonna say I'm blessed because I'll tell you this. I sometimes I miss the mark in some instance, but I'll tell you that with my husband, the good thing about it, just like I'm gonna give you this great example. We were at the Super Bowl. I was playing in the NFL Wives flag football game, and he, you know, I'm tired. I just finished playing, and he's like, "Boo, look, there goes some kids from the Boys and Girls Club."
Yeah, man.
And I was like, "Oh my God!" You know, I was excited because then they're kids from the Boys and Girls Club. So he, you know, he was like, so by him bringing it, because I probably wouldn't have seen it,
Of course,
just kind of. I was, but he was like, "Look, there they go." And then I was like, "Okay." So then we asked them, "Hey, can we take a picture?" You know, and I want to, you know, and I told them who I was and everything like that. And then it was good for them because guess what? Then they got to come on the field where we just finished playing.
Exactly. Provide them what opportunity.
And so that was another thing. So, and it was, you know, the Boys and Girls Club of Nevada.
Okay.
And so that, you know, for me, like whenever we go places, we always try to go to like the Boys and Girls Club and just see, you know, the different clubs. And when we went to
Miami,
but no, for the
Phoenix.
No, not Phoenix.
LA.
No.
Wait, first off, y'all, put the camera on me. Put the camera on me. They traveling too much, y'all. You just said they done rattled off 6 cities. No, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
The AAU track meet for the Junior Olympics.
Oh,
Iowa. Yeah, we went to Iowa. So it was a blessing because right by the stadium.
I'm going to say this, man, about that. a lot of times is, just what Amber was saying, you want to be able to, like I said, the experience and the exposure for the kids. Yeah, she got a snapshot of the kids, but at the same time, it was able to get those kids on the football.
Yeah, that's incredible.
So they would have never had the opportunity. They would have went around NFL experience and probably played on some games and went through that portion. But at the same time, now they get the opportunity to go on the football field with some former football athletes, with the NFL wives. Then at the same time, they're getting the pictures and being able to have fun, so therefore they can be able to share it on social media, share it with their parents. So that's what it's all about, man.
It is.
Just using yourself as a vessel to be able to provide opportunity for everybody else.
Yeah. So tell us about that Super Bowl gospel event. Let us know how that came about. Is this something that will continually happen?
Yes,
how did that go?
Oh, man, I started with the NFL Gospel when it was here in Houston at Lakewood Church. And it was a blessing where all the former athletes, NFL alumni, NFL PA, former football players, we all get together and we put on a show, man, with some celebrities. So we've been on a stage with Donnie McKirkland.
Wow.
Who else?
And
Kirk Franklin
this year,
so we've been on the stage with a lot of different people, man. Patty LaBelle. Yeah, Patty, she told me I have a good soul. So I'm feeling her. You know what I'm saying? She said I had a good soul, man.
So for you, that made your weekend.
Oh, man, that made my year, man. That was the highlight of 2023, man.
Yeah.
She set me off right in February. You know what I'm saying? So, so we've been able to, put on a good show, man. A lot of great athletes, man. Some, I just admire these guys and their voice. I say, they call me baritone bass.
Okay.
He in the baritone bass section.
Yeah.
To that, are there rehearsals? Are there? How do you get to be a part of this event? How do you get to be a part?
So they do have rehearsals.
Okay.
We go through the rehearsals.
Okay.
Shout out to Myron Butler. We go through the whole rehearsal thing. Demetria too as well. Shout out.
So it's a whole thing then.
Yeah. And Melody is over it.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Melanie is the person that started the NFL Gospel celebration because she years ago, because this was the 25th anniversary this year. So years ago, she said she went to the Super Bowl. She said she partied so much. And she said by Sunday, she felt like because she had partied so much that she was looking for a church.
She needs to repent.
Looking for something to go to with God. And the NFL didn't have anything with God. And so she was like, oh, no, we got to fix this. So anyway, it took her some years to get the NFL to be on board. But the person that he mentioned, his mentor, Gene Upshaw, is the person that said, if you can get Gladys Knight, if you can get Gladys Knight to perform, then we'll partner with you, and it could be. Little did he know, and I found this out this year because I never knew this. Melanie is kin to Gladys Knight, so it was nothing.
That's God.
So that's what it all boiled down to. I said that was favor, and she had it, and so it all worked out. And so this has been going on for 25 years, and so every year it's get better.
Of course.
But Demetria is the person that is like the NFL gospel choir mom of the guys, and so she makes sure that they stay in line and they have the schedule and they're where they're supposed to be and all of that. And so shout out to her because it's a tough job.
Yeah, I could only imagine.
Shout out to Demetria and her family.
You wrangling adults is a challenge. So now I didn't brush over it because I want to come back to it after we talked about NFL gospel. You played in a flag football game out there?
Man.
Hold on. How did that go?
This is like my fourth season.
Okay.
After this one, I think I'm retired.
You hanging them up?
Yeah, we were out there. This year they cheated us. I'm just saying what it is.
I was one of the coaches.
Yeah, he was one of the coaches. They cheated.
You wasn't coaching your wife?
Yeah, he was coaching.
Did they cheat?
Nah, man. They just had some girls on the team.
Wait. She looking at you.
They had some girls on the team that was
professional athletes that played
athletic.
No. Professional athletes that play for the Olympics or whatever. No. Because they're trying to promote women football. There's nothing wrong with that. But they only had one on the opposing team. They didn't give us one. So that's why I said it should have been fair. They should have had one, and we
there was not an equal distribution of people who were still playing in their athletic prowess.
Exactly.
You know,
that's what I'm saying.
Man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what that's just like if he played in the game and then he's the only one that is like the star player and then nobody else has, you know, we okay. But then you got 2 and 3 people on this other team that are stars.
I don't even look at it like that, man. Well, you just got to be strategic, man. You know what I'm saying?
You played in the league, though. You know what I'm saying? You looking at it as all as fun and competition. That's what you thinking. Correct. You saying they wasn't fair.
No, they cheated us.
They cheated y'all.
and I love Cynthia. Cynthia's the person that puts on the NFL Wise flag. But we told her, it was like, Cynthia, y'all cheated us this year, and so we need equal distribution. We want a USA flag football girl to play on our team too. Hey, that's all I'm saying.
You guys went out there still running their fastest 40 on the other team. Yeah. I don't know if that could work. I don't know if that could work.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this, man. When these females play, man, they so competitive.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Come on,
they way more competitive than guys, man.
They don't want to lose,
and they be, doing it, manipulating out on the sideline, trying to, get in the coach's ear, get the refs ear. Man, you should just see them, man. Try to use their women power, man, on these referees and stuff like that, man. Oh my God, man.
So y'all had the opportunity to be in the Super Bowl, be a part of some of the events, etc. I want to get your impressions. I know you say you didn't stay for the game, but what did you think of the game, maybe from a player's perspective, and then also a wife who has seen, the game? What did you think of the game?
I think the game was a great game. Unfortunately, the linebacker went down.
That was the most freak injury I've ever seen.
Yeah, exactly.
Walking onto the field, rupture your Achilles.
Yes, it did. So, but at the same time, I know a lot of the players been pushing for grass instead of turf. So that's one thing. But at the same time, he started off the game, man, wasn't playing, right?
Yeah.
And then once he went down, then I feel like the defense kind of went down a little bit, and then Pat Mahomes was able to take advantage of their losses. So
yeah.
Yes, it did.
Now, did you ever make it to a Super Bowl?
Never did.
Never made the playoffs?
Man. Never playoffs, none of that, man. I was just a old mini camp, training camp type guy,
I got you,
And that was, to me, that was the blessing. Because I used the game to be able to network.
Okay.
So therefore, I always had these connections within the NFL. And I have worked in the NFL, worked for the Cleveland Browns and data analytics, been with NFL player engagement. So I've just been blessed, man, with the league.
I would say that you did what you were supposed to do with the opportunity.
Exactly.
Some people don't even take that opportunity and do anything with it.
Facts. And you got guys playing 3 years, 5 years and don't have zero access to no events or
Which
nothing.
is crazy to me.
Yeah.
So now being a wife and seeing the game, now does you got a son, right? You said?
Correct.
Play football also?
Correct.
How do you feel about that? Seeing how violent football is.
Yeah. So the thing about it is I grew up around football. My mom worked for Hall of Famer Warren Moon, still to this day.
Okay.
She's his assistant. So I grew up around football. So for me, it's something that I love. I love to watch it. And, it's funny because sometimes my husband, he'll tell me, because I get on our son. I be like, because he plays the same position my husband, he played corner. So I'm like, man, you need to be a shutdown corner. You shouldn't nobody be scoring on you. And I turn to my husband, I be like, did somebody score on you before? He be like, nah, never. So I'm like, that right there, so I have to kind of bring it down. I'm that mom.
So y'all double teaming it.
No, he pretty kind. He'll just kind of like, we're gonna watch film. I'm gonna just tell you kind of what you need to work on.
That film matters, though.
But he does that. I'm not doing all that. See,
you gonna be.
I'm just gonna let you know. Yeah. And then when he shuts somebody down or get an interception, I'm that mama. Yeah, that's it. You got it. Go ahead. I'm that mama right there. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
So let's transition some into things that you all have going on together.
Yes.
I know there are multiple things that you all are involved in separate of the game of football.
Correct.
You've been able to take those relationships and turn them into opportunities.
Exactly.
What would you say was the first pivot that you said, we can do this together? What was kind of that first pivot?
I think when because he also played for NFL Europe. He didn't mention that, but he was there when the NFL Europe folded, and so luckily he pledged the right thing, and so he called some of his you know, his fraternity brothers, and they were in some prominent positions, and you know, working with the government and with the military generals and whatnot. And I told him, hey man, that the league just folded. I got a wife, we got a daughter. At that time, I can't be doing this. I can't be chasing football. I need to do something different. And luckily, because he has the people skills, and he is a natural connector, and people kind of really like him. So with that, that's when we really kind of came together. I'm like, look, I don't know what you want to do, but whatever you want to do, I'm riding with you, So at that point, like, we just kind of came together. I was already in the nonprofit world and that sort of thing. And so we even, a long time ago when he played in the NFL, we set up a foundation where we gave scholarships to kids from Madison High School and Worthing High School, the schools that we both were a part of. And so I think at that point is when we just made the decision, hey, we're all in this together. So no matter what. But he's a person, and I tell people all the time, if you tell him something that you want to do, trust and believe he gonna push you to do it.
That's
what's up.
Yeah. So we ended up moving to Dubai, man. Okay. We stayed in Dubai and we lived in the Middle East too as well.
Okay.
And man, it was a blessing. You know what I'm saying?
So full expat, you were there over a year?
Man, we was I was over there longer than a year. She was over there for a year.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, being an expatriate is that's a big thing, especially in the governmental system.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you were GS-13.
Yes, indeed.
And I don't think people, I can't really explain it on a podcast. So my father was in the Air Force for, I know that system.
Correct.
How did you matriculate so fast?
The way I did it was that I took assignments that nobody wanted to take.
Makes sense.
So therefore, if somebody would, like, just say for instance, they had something open in Afghanistan.
Yep.
A lot of people like, man, I'm not going to no Afghanistan. It's a war zone, whatever. My hand up.
You going?
If somebody want to go, like, say for instance, go into Doha, Qatar, they don't really pay that much. Me, my hand up.
Yeah.
I want to go out there. I want to see. I want to experience, man. I want to learn. I want to meet new people. And by doing that, I moved up so fast on the government rank. Then, but at the same time, I was able to be a blessing back at home in the city.
Man, that's
so. What I did was we held the flag football camp on the military base, and we invited some of the civilians out there to the military base at Doha, Qatar. So we had the Prince come over from Kuwait. He has his own special 7-on-7 team. Man, the Prince dope, man. He sit on the Olympic committee too as well, Prince Al Sabah.
Okay.
Out of Kuwait. So he come out there, he brought his team over, we played and stuff like that. And then me and him got to talking. We talking about the NFL, J.J. Watts and people like that.
He didn't know he was the Prince.
I didn't know he was the Prince at the time.
You was just doing your job.
Yeah, we were just running a football camp, man. So we having a conversation, man, and he telling me, he about J.J. Watts. I'm like, man, who this guy with the throwball?
And then the media
talking about J.J. Watts. Next day,
the media came over there.
They coming and they coming over fast. I'm like, they coming for me? Nah, they coming from the Prince.
Man, that's crazy.
So I'm like, I wonder who this guy is right here. So we got to talk and come to find out. He was like, man, I'm the Prince of Kuwait. I was like, God, the real life, Prince of a whole country. We're one of the richest countries in the world.
But you was being authentic.
Exactly.
You was being yourself.
Exactly.
And I think often what people do is they put on something that they didn't have to.
Correct.
And I guarantee you that people see that in you.
Exactly.
And when you can see authenticity in people,
correct,
there's no reason to open up. There's no reason not to withhold. You're not going to withhold information. You're going to share. You're going to make sure that they understand, hey, I'm actually over all of this. That's an interesting thing that could happen.
Correct. So we got to talking, man, and then after that, I was taking a job home at Texas Southern University.
Okay.
And still stayed in contact with the Prince and his assistant and things like that. So I set up a meeting between Dr. Rulli at the time, who was the president of Texas Southern University, and Prince Al Sabah. Prince Al Sabah flew in because he was trying to get some things done with football in the United States. And just so happened, the Prince say, man, since LaMarcus down here on Texas Southern University campus, I'm going to send all of my students to Texas Southern University, man. And then not only that, in the Middle East, it's all about competition.
Correct.
So therefore, man, they just like us, bro. When I say they just like us, they just like us. They will just,
They got resources.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So their capital is just so high. But at the same time, he was like, if Lamarcus over there, I'm sending all my students over there. And then after you seen students from Saudi Arabia,
Man, that's a
Kuwait,
blessing.
Dubai, the UAE, Dubai, Qatar started to come to the university, bought $41 million into the tickets of the university. And then after that, when Hurricane Rita came, the country of Qatar donated additional $32 million into our city.
Man.
So I brought over I roughly about $200 million into the city.
To the city of Houston.
Just to the city of Houston.
Yeah.
And then I received.
Man, people need to hear more of that.
Yeah, man.
Like,
I received a lot of awards for that,
yeah.
man.
Did you got a day in the city too, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a day
that's
in
what
the
I thought.
city.
Yeah, I remember seeing it.
So blessing, bro.
That I think that your ability to serve put you in positions where you need to be recognized.
Yes, indeed.
Like,
appreciate it.
Because a lot of people don't serve.
Correct.
They look for the day in the city.
The opportunity.
Not understanding that, just stay down and do the work.
Yeah,
do the work.
If you do the work, the rewards come.
Correct.
That's a part of the process. So let's talk about some of the work y'all are doing.
Mm-hmm.
What business, what should we highlight first? Because put the camera on me real quick. I'm telling you, y'all, look, this is not just CEO and GS13. There's a lot going on. So what we want to start with? And then I got some specific questions that I want to ask just about entrepreneurship in general, because that's what we try to do on this channel.
Exactly.
So we do a lot of stuff, but we invest into different properties. We had some investments that we did in the city of Houston. And then we also was doing Turo cars as well. We had a number of cars on that platform, 5 cars on that platform.
She was teaching too, nonprofit courses.
So at one of the local colleges, professor for teaching nonprofit. And then, we do a lot of work. We were part of the coaches for the G Unity program as well.
Yeah. I was on the first year, one of the coaches for G Unity. I worked with Exotic Pop.
Yeah.
Okay,
so I was a part of their team.
With Exotic Pop too.
Yeah, so I was
and my daughter is an Exotic Pop ambassador.
Man, that's crazy. That's a small world. Yeah, so shout out to Charleston, shout out to Keelan, all of them. Yeah.
Exactly.
I missed they had a Super Bowl event for their new store off Alameda.
Wow.
And I didn't want to wear all white. I'm just being honest with y'all. They wanted us to wear all white, and I didn't want to show up wearing all white. So, but yeah, so I helped them with that. Matter of fact, I might have went to Worthing.
Wow.
I might have went to Worthing High School or Cashmere, one of the two. I can't remember.
Yeah, they both had.
But I went to one of those two for the first year.
And Dr. Patrice Allen, the one that did the curriculum for 50 Cent.
Yep.
Yeah, so yes, indeed. 50 Cent doing some amazing work, man. So great shout out to him too as well.
Yeah.
And we also have a clothing line as well, Blessings on Blessings gear.
Okay.
That we have. So we just kind of, really, the stuff that we do, we try to kind of put it around community.
Gotcha.
Because that's something that we already, do. So, like even with the Turo cars, we have a lot of people that didn't have like major credit cards to be able to rent vehicles. So that's why we got on the Turo platform. And so we send our links out to a lot of, people that we knew, and people hit us up, oh man, we need a car, or we need a, and we, do it and even discounted rate for them, drop it down just to really like help people out. And then even with the investment, for some of the investments that we've done, they came to us and like, hey, this is what we doing. And it's people that look like us. And we just kind of like, okay, well, we're good. Let's, be a part of this so we can really help out. And it's something that's impacting the community as well.
Definitely. So in hearing you two talk, there's power in your union.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can hear it. You can hear that. So this is a specific question. What would you tell you two 20 years before? Like, how would you have navigated things? What would you have maybe done differently? What are some of the lessons that you can share? Because there will be young couples that watch this, listen to this. They're going to be inspired. Their story is going to resonate, what you're talking about. What would you have told yourself 20 years junior?
Yeah. So we've been together 24 years. So for us, I would tell people, because we were friends, like this is somebody like I would literally call with one of our other friends.
Oh, so she was parking next to you then. Your story is true. She was. I'm just playing.
Yeah, he was one of my friends. So we have another friend that's a mutual friend for both of us, and Tamarin, and so we would call each other on 3-way, and we would be talking about just all kind of stuff. But what I would say is most important is that friendship, because if you're comfortable, who's the people you're most comfortable with, or the people you call your friends, you know?
Yeah.
So if you're comfortable with that person, you're going to be your true self. You're not trying to be anything different. For me, you know, he knew me since I was in high school. He knew the guys that I dated. He knew, you know, different things about me. So it wasn't anything that I needed to, you know, not show him or whatever, because he already knew.
Yeah.
He already knew, you know. And so I think that making sure that somebody's your friend, because a lot of times people will act a certain way the first couple of months that you're dating.
Correct.
And then you be
Switch
like,
their game up.
what, hold up, what happened? I'm not
Yeah.
sure, you know. So if you friends with somebody, and then I'm not saying that all people are meant to be
Of course,
their friends,
of course.
but I'm just saying I think it just works out. And I think that God always kind of puts you around. Like, we've been around each other, and it is crazy. We found out that both of us used to attend Alvin Boom Boom Jackson when we were in elementary, and it was like a tutor. So we kind
You
of
just never know,
never
man.
know.
You
Like,
never know how
yeah,
you could be
people-
around somebody
Yeah.
and then not really know it, and then
Yeah.
next thing you know, you married or
You
y'all
never know.
dating
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but for me, I would say this: like, one of the most important things to me is basically just, you know, getting, like she said, getting to know that person. You know what I'm saying? More so on a friendship level, and then at the same time, like, it's so many guys out here and females that be with the low, they very insecure, man, low self-esteem, man. I feel like you got to work on yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because when you look at it, like, a lot of times I talk to some homegirls or maybe homeboys, they kind of try to hide their issues.
Mhm.
But if you grew up in a single parent household, a lot of times there's a lot of trauma with them, but they don't speak on it. But it is trauma out there where they have issues with their if they have issues, more like if a female have issues with their dad, 9 times 10 they're gonna have an issue with their man. You know what I'm saying? Unless she's able to fix those issues that she have. So I feel like, you know, a lot of times we be looking at a lot of guys that I grew up with, they look at even females, they look at their moms or dads not being in their life or whatever. But a lot of times you become that daddy for your mama.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you become that daddy for your daddy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to teach them, because a lot of times they didn't grow up with that.
Yeah.
You know what
without
I'm saying?
question. Yeah.
So it's just an ongoing cycle, man. You know what I'm saying? Generation curse.
Yeah.
It continue on going on. But a lot of times sometimes you have to show your daddy how to be a daddy. Sometimes you need to show your mama how to be a mama.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we don't look at things like that. But I'll just go back and look at some of the things that my mom and dad did, and you take the good, and then after you look at the bad, and then after you fix the bad, and you make sure that you do those things to make sure that our kids be better off with it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's and it's just encouraging hearing that, because there are a lot of people who, one, don't understand that your relationship probably should start as friendship.
Yeah.
Fact.
A lot of people don't even like their partners.
No, yeah.
You know, you got to like
Wow,
the person
yeah,
you're
exactly.
with. You know, a lot of people, they're with them for the look or how they
Yeah.
make them feel. And then at any moment, they're ready to be out of that.
Correct.
And then even to hear about you, there are stuff that all of us got to heal.
Correct.
It doesn't matter where you came from.
Correct.
There's probably something that's embedded in you from a childhood
Exactly.
that at any moment could come out.
Exactly.
At any moment could be a part of your story. And you don't want that to derail a great relationship
Correct.
or power in the union that you all could have. So
Correct.
just hearing you all share those things, that's powerful. So thank
Yes,
you.
indeed.
And the last thing I got, this is entrepreneur specific. You all are doing several things, working in the community, but we also know you got to make money also. You got to eat. You got to eat.
Exactly.
So if I just dropped 10,000 and said, hey, you're working, this is liquid, there's no responsibility to it. What would y'all do with that? What would you recommend to someone if you just had 10,000 liquid? How would you resource that? How would you build something? What would you tell a new entrepreneur, a young entrepreneur, someone who's getting started with that money?
Man, and it's crazy you say this because it's right around tax season, right?
People will have that 10,000.
Exactly. So hopefully they get this ad real quick. But first thing I would do, man, go fix your credit.
Okay.
That's the first thing I do. You can spend maybe $500 or $1,000 or however you need to spend to fix your credit. Once that credit score start going up, you want to make sure you got probably another $500, $400. Go get your LLC.
Yeah.
you know what I mean, or S Corp or C Corp or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So therefore you can start building up on that business credit. And then if you have some debt around there, you want to make sure you transfer it to your business credit. So therefore you freed up your credit. Your credit score probably go up to 720, 800. Then after that, go knock off your house or something like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So then what you can do with the house, or you can get a multifamily unit or whatever, or you can go get your apartment, and after that you can Airbnb it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then your car, get you 2 cars, and then you can get a car really putting nothing down. You know what I'm saying? You go to your credit union, get your proof of funds letter. You know what I'm saying? Take that to the dealership, get you 2 cars. One car you put on Turo, the other car you driving. You know,
man, he gave y'all to play for real. I mean,
you ain't even spend $5,000.
Yeah, you spent the $10,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's running the play. And then if you want to get your nonprofit organization, you do nonprofit organization. So therefore, you can go ahead and get your.
Of course, you ain't even got to say that on camera. You ain't even got to say that. You ain't even got to say that. Well, we already know.
And you got additional $5,000 to have fun with, network with. Make sure you go to a couple of different events to change your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? To get a chance to meet a lot of different new people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So pay to get into those events. Pay to get into those functions. Where therefore you can learn different coaching and stuff like that.
Definitely. Would you say the same? You agree or?
Yeah, he's the brains behind the operation. I do the paperwork.
Understand that. Hey, there's power in union. Yeah.
He says this the play we gonna run, and this what we want to do, and then I just get the information and I do the paperwork side of it. So I get on Rocket Log
and make sure that things are right.
Everything done. So anyway, but yeah, he's really good financially as far as like making those kind of executive decisions to say, hey, this is what we need to do. And so, but yeah, I just kind of follow his lead. And on the other side, I'm like, okay, well, we did all this now. We're gonna go do this now. If somebody's having this give back, or we're gonna do this, or we'll donate.
Of course.
So,
of course.
But yeah.
I don't want to put her on the spot, but I still would like to hear if she had the 10,000. What would you tell somebody?
Give it to you.
but nah, like so.
Yeah.
I would say I really appreciate y'all coming on. I appreciate you saying, "Hey, my wife is going to be a part of this as well."
Yes, and they appreciate it.
I really appreciate that being a part of the conversation, because we don't see that all the time.
Yeah.
Like I personally know that a lot of people just run as a solo person.
Correct.
And being in a unit allows you that opportunity to have someone watch your back, and then someone watch your front, and make sure that you all are in a space that when you got a shared vision, you do much more than a solo vision.
Yeah.
So I can see that in real time. So I'm grateful that you all gave me the time today. Please let people know where they can find you, how they can support, whether it be, Boys and Girls Club, whether they can support, any of your organizations, and how they can get in touch with you all.
So I'm on Instagram at official_Amber Newman. I'm on X. It's the same, I think, as
Twitter.
Yeah, I hate they changed that name. They made it difficult now. Yeah.
Yeah. At Amber Newman 1 on Twitter. And so, I do want to shout, because I see you got these sneak apparel on. These socks over here.
Yeah, we can talk.
That's one of our people we know.
Oh yeah, that's my guy. Small world. So where they can find you? And all
you can find me on all social media platforms. LaMarcus Newman, LeMarcus Newman, last name NDWMAN. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, Snap, LinkedIn. You can find me, even Facebook. You can find me on all social media platforms.
Man, it's been a great conversation with you all. I'm grateful. Thank you again for taking the time. I know that y'all were traveling. I know y'all going to another city right after this. Y'all probably headed to the airport right after this today. So thank you. This has been Horsemen Academy for February. You'll see this. This will probably come out in 2 Thursdays. So not this Thursday, but the next one. It'll probably come out the following Thursday. So we appreciate y'all being here. This LP, I'm out.